Hey guys, welcome back to SwissWatchExpo. Vlad is here, and today we're going to talk about a little bit of history of the chronograph watches and also about dimension of those watches. So we're going to talk about air, ground, and sea. Hey guys, welcome back to SwissWatchExpo, and as we talk, we're gonna speak a little bit more about the chronographs. So first of all, the chronograph is very toolish watch and was made to kind of like time the things. It actually have like a stopwatch function in them. And back in the days, the watches was more like a tool for people to track certain things rather than like just everyday check your timepieces. So what we're gonna talk about up here is where the chronograph function was used in three different dimensions of our life. So air, ground, and sea. So let's first start with the Breitling. They are known for doing aviation pieces. They are build their brand around the aviation, and they're kind of support of the flighting and pilots and everything like that. So what we have here, it's the new model that they recently introduced. It was introduced with their new CEO of the company that came in, I think around 2017, 2016 to the company. So this is Aviation 8 model. This is a little bit different look on the classic Navitimer that we all used to and kind of love, and it's iconic model from Breitling. They try to go, like they still making the Navitimer, but they still trying to go a little bit in a different direction and make something different for their clients. So this Aviation 8 model was introduced. So what we have up here is a 43mm case watch with the green dial and green mesh bracelet. Sorry, not mesh bracelet, but canvas bracelet. The watch powered by BO1 movement, the Breitling in-house movement that they developed together with Tudor. And Breitling is great with their chronograph movements, so they're very known. There was a first brand that actually introduced the chronograph and introduced those two push buttons that we know on all watches at the moment. So very beautiful piece. This specific watch is commemorating the Curtiss Warhawk, the famous US plane that was fighting in World War II. It's have a very interesting printing and like already iconic in the history. Like you'll see them in all cartoon movies and other things that's connected with aviation. So very nice piece, a bigger one. So you definitely can see your time. You can definitely see your chronograph indicators, everything. So if you are on the side of the air chronographs, go with Breitling. Then if we go into the ground, what I believe in ground is racing, because a lot of people race with the chronograph watches, and the stopwatch is very important in racing because it's time the things, it's time the cars, it's time the bikes and everything else that race out there. So what we have up here, it's TAG Heuer, which again is very famous chronograph brand. They make their Carrera and they are very connected with racing. TAG Heuer was sponsoring Formula One and other big races throughout the years. And what we have here, it's a limited edition for Porsche. Very beautiful watch. It's come in 44mm case size, so again a little bit bigger, so you definitely can see and read it very nicely. The dial is actually a great texture dial, and it's mimicking the ground of the racing track. Very beautiful touch, and what I love the most about this one, because it's Porsche limited edition, they even put the steering wheel Porsche on the rotor of the watch. So very interesting touch with this beautiful leather strap that also like have a stitching and a little bit more racing history to that. So again, for the 44mm watch, it's powered by Heuer 2 movement, their new in-house movement that they created for chronographs. It's actually 80-hour power reserve. So you can wind this watch and set it aside and this will run over 3 days with no problems. So almost the watch that almost never stops. And if you are a fan of racing, don't go over the TAG Heuer Carrera, iconic model, iconic chronograph, and will be a great addition to your collection. And now when we come into the sea, one of the brands that, in my opinion, connected with the sea and connected with the diving is Panerai. It's old Italian brand that was made the military watches for the Navy SEALs of Italy, starting from the Second World War. But what they also getting at the moment is into chronograph game and also into yacht racing games. So what we have up here is beautiful Panerai Lunar Rossa chronograph. The watch comes with the Panerai caliber P9200. It's actually their ETA-based chronograph that they use on all their chronograph watches. Very beautiful timepiece. It's connected with Italian yacht racing team, Luna Rossa, and it's have like their iconic colors with black and red stripe, because Luna Rossa is also sponsored by Prada, and this small red thing, it's coming from Prada and their collections. Beautiful blue dial, 44mm case size, so bigger one. What I love especially about this watch is the symmetry of the dial. I like the chronographs with just the 2 sub-dials where you can see the small second hands and the minute hands with 30 minutes, just because most of the time you don't really need the chronograph running over 30 minutes. So beautiful timepiece, and the cool thing about Panerai that they actually put the chronograph pushers on a different side of the watch. So in my opinion, it's a little bit easier to use them than like when you have it on the right side. But cool touch with their crown guards, and again, this beautiful dial with red accent is just stunning. So again, if you want to use your chronograph while you're diving or spending time swimming in the sea or ocean or pool or wherever, Panerai is your brand to go with. So let us know like on which side you are, like on which dimension you like your chronograph to be connected with, and we will be happy to see you next time at SwissWatchExpo.com.